All right, ladies and gentlemen, the B. Tatum Show, the B. Tatum Show. Thank y'all for joining breaking news. And it's probably not breaking news to a few of you guys, but it's breaking news to me and breaking news to others that Trump, they thought that Trump was going to lay down like a dead pig and just let them run away with the fraudulent election. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Not on our watch. President Trump and his legal team, I'm going to say his legal team. I want to give his legal team props because they're the ones out there really killing it. And I mean that in a good way. But the two bombshell cases and situations, three bombshell situations, according to what I have read related to his campaign investigation in Sidney Powell, is that one is the Pennsylvania ruling. Obviously, the judge upheld the block of certification for the vote in Pennsylvania. What does that mean, Mr. Tatum? That means that there's sufficient amount of evidence that will lead them to believe that there's enough corruption or whatever going on that they cannot legally, justifiably secure or what do they call it? They can count the vote in Pennsylvania, or they can secure it. It's a term that I'm looking for. Certified. That's the term. They can certify the vote in Pennsylvania. And then just today, I believe, I could be off by a day. I try to take a break from this stuff every now and again. But just today, Sidney Powell in the state of Georgia filed for a immediate, you could say, procurement or the seizing of the Dominion machines. What does this do for President Trump? What does this do for Republicans? What does this do for the country? When you seize these machines, because this is my whole thing. They kept saying, where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? Well, you have people swearing with affidavit testimony that these things are occurring. Now, the average person don't have access to Dominion voting machines. The average person don't have access to logs and stuff that they can do an investigation on. That's why you present the evidence and you hope that state legislators and others are have enough integrity to take these objects and make sure they investigate properly. Now, in Georgia, I'm not sure if this is just slogan or this is just propaganda or whatever, but I know that Sidney Powell filed a lawsuit, and I believe that they are going to seize the Dominion voting machines to do a forensic investigation on them. Now, what's the difference between an investigation and a forensic investigation? Well, forensic investigation is way more thorough than what a general investigation means, meaning that you can open up a computer and whatever you find, or whatever little software that you can put into the computer as a average citizen, you'll get a certain level of information from that. A forensic evidence investigation is going to go much deeper and give access to tools and processes that are only available to certain investigatory agencies, meaning that the average person don't have these abilities. For instance, if someone was to do a forensic investigation or forensic audit of your phone, right? We used to do this all the time on the police department, where somebody will go on their phone, they get caught, they delete everything, delete, and they wipe their phone. They start it over. What people don't realize is that the phone never deletes anything. It just overrides what was previously on the phone. So to the naked eye and to the average person, unless you have forensic software, you cannot recover what's on the phone that has been overwritten. Now, the forensic evidence can pull and see the entire script, can see what was on the phone, what was overwritten, what was written on top of it. It's almost like a script that's written. They can see all the way from the inception of the device what happened, what was deleted, what was saved, all of the above. That's what a forensic investigation will do. That's what Sidney Powell is pushing for them to do on these Dominion voting machines. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if anything that Sidney has said is true, if anything that the whistleblowers or the people who are swearing under the penalty of perjury is true, based on the Dominion machines, this is going to change the world forever. This is going to change America forever. Nobody's going to be the same. If they can prove that, somebody said turn up your mic. I'll turn it up a little bit. If they can prove that there are abilities and capabilities in these machines, which I think is already proven, but they have been used and manipulated in order to swing an election. If they can show on these machines, once they get them, they gather them, they capture them, and they were to do a forensic investigation on it, if they were able to do that and find that they dumped Trump ballots, that they took votes and put them in a category, and this is what Sidney Powell was saying, that they can take votes, put them in a other category or a miscellaneous category or a questionable category, and then delete them. So that means they can take valid votes and make them questionable votes, put them off to the side in the system and delete them by the tens of thousands. And then they can then add other votes in for Joe Biden on thumb drives and different things like that. My God. The third thing that I was mentioning, somebody mentioned in the description section, I mean, not description section, but the comment section, is these servers from Germany. Like, I remember when they first came out, the servers from Germany came out, and they were saying that it had Trump at 410 electoral votes. 410, meaning he won California. He won every state except probably 3 or 4. I say 4 or 5. My God. What would our country look like if we catch them with servers? I met a lady today, and her husband said he watched all of my live streams. I told him I was going live tonight. He's probably watching. His wife told me, I believe that was his wife, told me that when they got the servers in Germany, and my wife had looked this up, when they got the servers in Germany, there was a shootout between the special forces, I think Delta forces, and the CIA. And I haven't seen that on the news anywhere. Now, of course, I'm not 100%, I try to stay up as much as I can, but I got so much stuff going on. Everything is going in 45,000 different directions. So I try to stay up on it, but I didn't hear about that. What? Our federal agencies or government agencies are getting into gun battles while trying to secure the server in Germany. I mean, God, help us, Lord. And this is big, y'all. If you ever thought, and then see, I told y'all from the very beginning, and I'm not swearing that President Trump is going to win. I'm not saying that. I don't know. I'm not God. But I have a feeling. There's a feeling that you get, when things happen, you get a feeling. And I have a feeling that these things are going to work out in our favor. Our meaning favor of the American people, not the cheating, stealing, treacherous, evil political elite and the liberal elite and the con artists on both sides, liberal and Republican, Democrat and Republican. But I just feel like God is getting ready to vindicate us from all the treachery, all the lies, all the falsehoods, all of the Russia. And they know that they were lying the entire time. They knew they were lying. And God is getting ready to vindicate us. That's what I feel. Now, I ain't got no message from heaven. And God came down and an angel and Archangel Michael came up to me in a dream, in a vision, and put spit in my eyes and told me to put mud on them. And I saw a vision of Trump being elected. That's not, I haven't had that experience. And if I do, I will tell you guys. It will be breaking news. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. It'll go, breaking news. I had a vision. And if that happens, I'll do that. Whole thing. It'll be the boom, vision. I'll start crying, everything. But until then, I'm just telling you what I feel. And I believe that God is getting ready to do something positive for us because we have been loyal. We have been doing things with good intent. And these crazy, sorry politicians I'm not just talking about Democrats. I'm talking about Republicans too. These crazy, wacky politicians have been deceiving us and have been lying to us. And I believe God sent Trump to reconcile the world back to a position where, in my opinion, a more godly man will be able to finish the deal. Trump is like a pass-through. Trump is like the battering ram on the SWAT team. When I was on the SWAT team, and I was a rookie on the SWAT team, so I didn't get a chance before I left the police department. So I didn't get a chance to be the cool guy doing the ram in the door, you know, whatever. I could do it in the training. I was driving the vehicles and pulling us up to the spot, but I wasn't hitting it. I wasn't on the entry team because I hadn't had the experience. You had to be pretty legit to be on the entry team. So, but I